back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about makeup rules that every woman over 30 should know. Now, I'm not a professional makeup artist, but as someone who loves to wear makeup and who's delved into makeup so much, I thought that this would be a good video idea. For people who don't know, I am over 30. I've been lucky all my life where I've been told that I don't look my age, but it is what it is. For me in my 20s, I never really wore a lot of makeup, but I know that my makeup routine has changed from what it used to be earlier. My choice of products has changed and all of that, so I thought this will be a really good idea. I have some tips and tricks to share with you guys. I hope they are useful for you, and you might know some of these, you might not know some of these, but if you have some more tips, then you can always comment down below, and let's just get started. But before we get started, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and yeah, let's just get in. I'm gonna be wearing my makeup while I talk about these points, but I'm not gonna be showing everything. It's just gonna be a very simple look, like a everyday makeup look kind of thing. So my first tip or my first point is that your skin comes first. When I talk about skin, I don't mean that you need to have flawless skin or anything. If you have some problems with your skin, you have to address them. Makeup shouldn't be something that you go to for hiding any of that. If you have, the first point to keep in mind is your skin comes first and makeup second, right? So when I say this, I mean that you have to take care of your skin no matter what, whether you want to wear makeup or not, but good skin always results in good makeup. So always invest in your skin and your skincare. So luckily for me, I have not had a lot of trouble with acne or anything. I just have these fleeting acne marks, and they just come in a day and they just go away. Even here I have some under my nose as well. This is one area that I have a lot of pimples sometimes, but they just come for a day and they go away. But as you can see, I have a lot of pigmentation, so I try and work on it. I don't have troubles like acne and acne scars or anything like that. So if you do have a recurring issue or a chronic issue, then always put your skin first, and do not rely on makeup to cover up any of those issues. And first address your skin issues, and then you can dive into makeup. So that's the first thing I would say. Especially if you're over 30, you're gonna have a lot of other issues like your wrinkles or your fine lines and all. Invest in your skincare. It is a very generic tip, but it is what it is. It is important. Your skin is the most important part of the whole makeup process. Also invest in a good sunscreen. I for one have not been a very ardent follower of this rule, but sunscreen does have anti-aging properties. It helps in anti-aging, so it is very important that you invest in good sunscreen and be religious with using it. So yeah, and also if you have some issues, just curate a routine for yourself and stick to it. That is what is going to work for you. I am not a skincare connoisseur, but there is so much of information out there that you can make use of. And yeah, put your skin first and then makeup will follow. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about is skin prep. Now, when I say this, I do not mean that you have to invest in a primer or you have to invest in something that is tagged as a primer, right? What I'm trying to say is that your skin needs to be prepped before you put any makeup on it. You cannot put your makeup on dry skin. You cannot put your makeup on flaky skin. You cannot put your makeup on, skin that is very oily and all of that. So yes, it always does help to use a primer, but then your moisturizer will do the job for you. If you think that you have found a really good moisturizer that does the job for you, that moisturizes your face, that helps your makeup sit properly on your face, then you're good to go. You don't really need another primer, but then it's always great to have a primer, for it to last long and all of that, but it is not an important step. But skin prep is the most important. I usually wash my face, and you have to always wash your face before you put on makeup. I usually wash my face with this L'Occitane illuminating foaming cleanser, and then I use an aloe vera gel. This is from Innisfree, a Revital Soothing Gel. I've already done all of this process and then I sat here. And then I use a moisturizer which is also from Innisfree. This is the Jeju Orchid Intense Cream. I really love this. A little goes a long way. I have actually bought this like about 2 months ago and this is all that I've used. Love it. It smells divine. And then I use a sunscreen. I've been using this Neutrogena Sheer Zinc Dry Touch sunscreen. I've also ordered a new sunscreen from a very popular brand and I'm waiting for it to arrive. So that's exactly what I do to prep my skin. But if you have a primer, it's always good to have. So I'm going to be using a primer today. I'm just using this Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. I think for women over 30, it is important that you use something that's not very silicone based because your pores tend to get larger and larger. So if you're younger, you're 23, 24, your pores are large, but then, you know, if you use a silicone primer, then they're, you know, it's okay, it's fine. But then when you're over 30, your pores are larger and then you use a pore minimizing primer and then it doesn't do the job completely and then you're not happy. So just use a primer that's like an illuminating primer, hydrating primer, moisturizing primer or something like that. So these are your good options, but don't use exclusive silicone primers. I think that is a little risky. The next thing that I want to mention is that less is always more. Over 30, or I don't want to put it in that bracket or whatever, but since I have titled this video, I'm going to be saying this. Older you grow, the lesser the product on your face, the better it looks, the way you layer it, the way you work with it. It's always better because your skin has a lot more issues than what it has or than what someone who's 23, 24 has. Say for example, your fine lines, your smile lines, your dark circles, all of that. If you are going to layer a lot of product on your face, then it is going to cake up and it is not going to sit really well. It is going to crease, and I cannot say after that, you know, why does my foundation crease? Why does my concealer crease? So always work in thin layers. If you really want to build it up on your face, then always build up by spot correcting. If you think you have pigmentation, then color correct and also work in thin layers when you do that, and work your foundation in thin layers and then spot correct if you think you have blemishes. So that's the best way to do it. So always work with less products. Even with powder, just use very less product. You don't have to powder your whole face. Dab it on the concealer wherever you need to set it. That's it. Always less is more. Just work in thin layers and build up your product. Do not fall prey for that whole high coverage scam. If you do not know how to work it, it is not going to look good on you. A high coverage foundation is very difficult to work with. Not going to work it perfectly, it's not going to look good on you. The next point that I want to talk about is it's okay to not follow trends. The makeup industry is growing so much. There are so many influencers, there are so many bloggers, and there's so many people creating all of these looks. Do what works for you, especially with your eyes. Like, I know some eye looks can be very intimidating. I used to be very intimidated earlier. It takes a lot of work, a lot of artistic inclination to do that, and don't let them scare you. Don't think that, oh, I'm not good enough to wear makeup or anything, because initially I used to feel like it's going to be using a blush, the same blush that I put on my face as my eyeshadow. I'm using this Patrick Ta blush. What is it called? It's called Oh She's Different, I think. Just gonna pack that all in. Single eyeshadow looks are very underrated is what I feel. Do not be intimidated. You don't need falsies. You can just use a mascara and it does the job. So don't ever forget to use a mascara. Just use it on both your upper lashes and your lower lashes as well. It is what's going to open up your eyes as well as make your face look alive. But the next point that I want to talk about is always invest in one good lipstick that you absolutely love. preferably in red. For a lot of people, wearing makeup is synonymous with a red lipstick. I have friends who think that if you wear a lipstick in any other color, then you're not wearing makeup. For them, it's equivalent to, wearing red lipstick is wearing makeup. Find a red that works for you, or find a shade that works for you, even if it is a good mauve or a good brown, and invest in a good product. What I'm trying to say is something that hydrates your lips, something that's easy to wear, something that does not wear off, of course, something that's well pigmented, that doesn't wear off, but also doesn't crack your lips, doesn't seep into your cracks if you have cracks on your lips, something that's very well formulated. The ones from MAC are great. For today, I'm going to be using my Pat McGrath lipstick in the shade Flesh 5. This is one of the best lipsticks I've ever used. I think for women over 30, you would probably want to stay away from an extra mattifying lipstick. I feel like that might be a little too much to work with, or always apply a matte lipstick with a brush. I think that's the best way to apply it. Do not go over with the doe foot on your lips. It might not be very flattering on mature skin. My makeup is almost done, but I have a couple of more points that I want to talk about. So the next thing that I want to mention is buy less but good. So always invest in good products and lesser products. When I say good, I don't mean expensive. Good products that suit you, that you have tried and tested. Always invest back in them. If you see me, if you know me, a lot of people ask me why I do not use drugstore makeup or inexpensive makeup, but it is a shift that I've made consciously. I feel like investing in good products makes me feel good, and I feel like they really perform well. There are some that don't, but then more often than not they do. A lot of products that I invest in actually work with my skin, my maturing skin. I'm in no way saying that inexpensive products might not work or anything, but always invest in tried and tested products. Probably pick up influencers or YouTubers who are in your shade, whose product choices you like, and ask them and reach out to them and say that, hey, you know what, this is what I'm struggling with, and they will be definitely willing to help you. You can always ask me as well. Yeah, always invest in good products rather than a lot of products. Let's get to the next point. The next point is invest in good makeup brushes. I know I will be getting a lot of flack for this, but I would like to rephrase that and say that invest in good makeup tools. If a beauty blender is something that works for you, then invest in a good one. I know that there are a lot of beauty blenders or beauty sponges that are hard and are difficult to work with, but if it is something that you are comfortable with, then invest in a good one and use it. I think the Plumco ones are really good. There is another brand called YC, they're really good. I have not personally used a lot of beauty blenders because my shift to brushes was so quick and I cannot go back. There are very few products that I really love using a sponge for, which is why I keep them. And I don't think I'm a good resource to be recommending beauty sponges, but makeup brushes, always invest in good brushes. And when I mean good brushes, I don't mean expensive brushes, but again, brushes are an investment. The moment you invest in them, they are going to last long. If you invest in a good brush, it is going to last you for a long time. But what I mean is brushes that suit your face, right? You can't be having like big brushes that don't even sit on your face properly, that don't work on your face properly. Even eye brushes for that matter. I have really small eyelids, so I work with very small brushes. So you probably need about 6 good brushes, one really good foundation brush, one powder brush. Want to really do a cream contour and bronzer and all of that, you would probably need one dense brush for that. Otherwise, you can just use your powder brush for your bronzer. The next one is a blush brush, something that's more fluffier. This one from Wet n Wild. You could always use this for your powder contour or powder bronzing. But if you really want to do a cream contour or cream bronzing, you would need another brush for that. Or I personally love this one. I've spoken about this so much. This is a duo fiber brush. A lot of people are not comfortable using this, but I am. If you can work with this, then your life is set, because this works with every foundation that there is. You know, like a high coverage foundation, a luminous foundation, a runny foundation, anything, it works really well. This, which is from Morphe, you could find this anywhere. You can find it at PAC. Just 1 or 2 eye brushes. The Sephora brushes are really great. They have, I think the most popular ones are the Sephora Pro brushes and the Sephora, I don't know what it's called, Classic or something, which are smaller. I think the Sephora Classic line is great for people who are not professional makeup artists. The Pro line is really good for people who are professional makeup artists, but for people who just like to wear makeup every single day, I think the Classic line is really great. Absolutely love it. Invest in good brushes. It is really going to change your makeup game. I mean, that happened to me. I quickly saw the difference between my makeup application once I invested in brushes. Yeah, and you know, just that feeling of using brushes is just the way you want to buff your bronzer in and all. You just feel so, it's a very satisfying, soothing process. So yeah, I hope I've sold the idea to you. Those are all the points that I could think about. Your skin comes first. Always prep your face, and less is always more. Do not follow trends, and invest in good makeup rather than a lot of makeup. Invest in one good lipstick that works for you, and also invest in good makeup brushes. So those are all the tips that I had, or rules that you could say, for people over 30 who want to wear makeup. I am going to be doing another video, but I'm going to be talking about how you actually can apply your foundation, which is going to be more in depth about how to apply foundation with different makeup tools. So look out for that. And I have a surprise giveaway on my previous video. I'm gonna link it up here. It's a surprise giveaway because I have not decided what I want to give. I want to give something really nice. I'm still in the process. So if you have any ideas, let me know, and the winner will get to know what it is. And after it is announced, then I will of course show you what it was. Go ahead and participate. Also, if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. It will help me out a lot. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in another video pretty soon. Bye.